Hey guys, it's Mark Medium 14, and it's the morning of day one of BugEater GT Bold Action Tournament in Omaha. And the reason I'm shooting this in my pickup is day one has gotten off to an eventful start. We had a severe thunderstorm that came through last night. We had 2.5 inches of rain, which we desperately needed, but it was pretty windy. So about 1:30, 2 o'clock this morning, the power went out, and it is still out. So procrastinator Mark, which I'm famous for at times, I got up extra early. Thank God I set my alarm on my phone as well in case I didn't wake up, but with the storm and the wind I didn't really sleep very well anyway. So I'm tired. I haven't had coffee because I still don't have power. Probably take a little while for them to fix everything because it just really stopped storming here just a little bit ago. And I haven't showered, so I'm gonna really have that gamer funk going on later on. Yay. So I did do what some people call a trucker shower around here, which is bathe myself in deodorant and cologne, so I hopefully don't stink too bad and scare people off. But anyway, so it was getting ready by flashlight this morning, which is putting contacts in, brushing my teeth with what little water was left in the pipes, since you know the pump is electric, that pumps water through the house. So I had to pack up my army by flashlight because I didn't do it until this morning, and make sure I had everything ready. And I did do a display board, really simple one, so packed all that up. So yeah, hopefully this means good luck for dice roll, because I think the dice gods owe me after getting ready this morning. So it's a good day. It's not going to be as hot as what it has been, so okay, we got rain, which we needed, so I'm not going to bitch. And it's going to be a fun day of gaming all day long. So I'll do some video when I get there of tables and some armies and all that fun stuff. Otherwise, right now I am leaving a little bit earlier than planned so I can get to the convenience store and get some caffeine, because I'm going to need it, and something to eat as well. So then I'll meet Dan, and we're going to carpool over and get ready. So more to come later. Later, guys. Hey guys, it's Sunday, day 2 of BugEater GT in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm on my way to meet Dan in Walnut, Iowa, Antique City, small town USA, southwest Iowa. So thought I would give you a little view of what southwest Iowa looks like. I'm on I-80, Interstate 80 right now, going west. So you can see a lot of farmland, a lot of green right now. And that's about it. So a little recap of how Saturday went. Saturday, the dice gods were not gentle to me. It was pretty brutal. I had a major loss on my first 2 games and a draw on my second game. So biggest issue with my first 2 games and the major losses, major obstacles, or major obstacle I should say, is just dice rolling in general. I failed so many morale checks that they crippled my army, and I didn't have a chance. Game 3 I could have been a little more aggressive. It was surrounded, so I decided to be the defender, and I could deploy within 12 inches of the center of the table. And then typically how that works, you get points for holding the objective, and then the attacker gets points for taking the objective. But they modified it a little bit, and it was just kill points. So first couple turns I just sat and held the quote-unquote objective, not thinking that it was kill points, and I should have just been aggressive and went after my opponent's army, because he had an LVT that was off table, that failed half of his army until turn 4. So I really had a huge opportunity to destroy a lot of units before that came in. But of course, you never know when that reinforcements are going to come in. And it's all based on a dice roll. He needed to roll a 10 to bring it in, and he got 11 each time. It was funny, but had a good time, had a blast, and it's always fun. So anyway, we have 2 games today and then awards. So hopefully do better, and gonna have fun definitely. And that's the main thing. That's the main reason I'm going, and I think everybody's been great. You know, fun players. I'll go over a little bit more detail, probably not a whole lot of detail, in a follow-up video. So anyway, hope you're all doing good, and I'll let you know how things come out. I have taken some pictures of armies and all the tables, so we'll see how those pictures came out. I took it with my phone. Kind of decided last minute I wasn't going to take video camera in and have one more thing to haul around, so I may change my mind today. I don't know. Kind of random like that. So anyway, take care, and we'll splice this all together for one video. Talk to you later. Hey guys, it's Mark again. I don't go through my whole normal spiel because this is going to be part 3, I guess, of the BugEater video montage for y'all. So Saturday, Sunday, obviously, if you're watching this, you already know what this video is about. This part of the video. So the BugEater Grand Tournament, Bold Action Tournament, is now officially over. Today is Monday. So it was Saturday, Sunday, 5 games altogether, 3 on Saturday and 2 yesterday. Just a fairly quick review of it. It was great. Josh Dunn did an awesome job as tournament organizer, as always. Awesome tables. We had 28 guys show up, and there were 15 tables. And every table I felt was very balanced game-wise. It looked like it. I mean, I know the games that I played, the tables I played on, they were very balanced. So no matter what side you picked, you weren't at a disadvantage, I felt, which is key. I think as a tournament, if you have a table that you pick a table edge and you feel, or you get a table edge, I should say, and you're at a disadvantage right away, I don't think that's fair. But the guys that did the tables, they did an awesome job. They were very balanced, very good bold action tables, I felt. So kudos to them. They did do a table contest, which Blake, and I cannot think of Blake's last name, he's from Sioux City, he won, very deservingly so. It was an awesome, gorgeous desert table. So played 5 games, so I think I kind of went over some of this in the first part, but since this is an overall summary, we'll just go through it. So first game was against Andrew with Chicago Dice. He was an awesome opponent. It was a really fun game. It was a major loss, and I know I said in the previous video that I shot that morale checks were just not my friend. My dice hated me. Really, the first 4 games. The last game, it finally kind of righted itself, but obviously it was too late by then. But I think I would have done better if my dice I had a little better odds on my dice. But so I got major loss my first game. My second game was against Rich Jeffords, I think is his last name. He's from Sioux City. He's a good opponent. He was fun to play too. Major loss there as well, and that was dice rolling, and just pure dumb luck, I guess. I rolled my LVT through a tree stand, a stand of trees, so you can only advance. He had 2 squads, one across the creek and then another on the other side of a wall, low wall. And I was like, okay, I can run my LVT up there, bail out my engineer squad, and I'll be within 6 inches of both. All or at least one, the first one across the creek, and that was my initial target, and then I was going to swing over to the other. So we did that. That all worked out great. Bailed out and measured it, and it was 6¼ inches. And then he just laid down the hurt on that squad, and it was combat ineffective the rest of the game. So he had some good choices. I don't feel, I think I might have been just a little bit aggressive, but I made a couple stupid mistakes. One was I rolled up my steward up a little lane, totally forgetting that he had an anti-tank gun behind a wall, because I was sitting down and I lost the profile of the anti-tank gun when I did that. So it was just, that was a stupid choice. He didn't destroy it, but he immobilized it, which was the same thing, because where it was at, it had a very limited arc of fire. So he kind of worked around that. But it was still a good game. Third game was with Blake, who won the best table, and Blake's from Sioux City, and that was a draw. It was a good game. Trying to think. Rich brought Russians, I believe. Blake, I can't remember. It was an Allied Army. I'm drawing a blank. Long weekend. Yesterday, 2 games, played Steve Boley from Lincoln, Nebraska. Steve's a great guy. It's the first game I ever got to play against him. He had a Army list of Oddball's Army from the movie Kelly's Heroes. It was a cool list. I got really aggressive because I was like, I've got 2 major losses and a draw. I'm at the bottom, so let's just have fun. So I went with the pure Marine attitude of there's the target, go kill it at no cost, and I just pushed everything. My Stewart was brave, and it took the Sherman head on, and it actually survived a lot longer than I thought. I thought it would get blown up in a couple turns. I actually got maneuvered where I got 2 side shots on the Sherman, but of course dice rolling sucked, and I didn't do anything, but it eventually got blown up. That game was so brutal on the Marines that there were, say, 7 left, as in 7 individual guys left on the table at the end of the game. I had my medic, or my Navy corpsman technically, and my Navy chaplain. So those are 2 non-combatants. So, and I had my mortar team and an NCO from one of my squads. That was literally all I had left, and maybe my lieutenant. I can't remember, but it was a blast. Steve's a good opponent. And he's a fun guy all around. Last game, I played Japanese. Blake's army was actually Australians, because I played 2 Australian armies. So, but anyway, and I played both Australian armies on the same table. It just kind of fell that way with how the picking of the tables and opponents fell, which is weird, I guess. Last game was against Nick. He's a younger guy. I can't remember where he was from, but he ran Imperial Japanese. He had a good list, I think. My dice started to warm up, and it was double envelopment. We were actually on an airfield, a German airfield, and the airfield ran right down the middle of the table. It was 12 inches wide, so you had to be overly aggressive, and I shouldn't say overly aggressive, but you definitely had to be aggressive and willing to take losses to get across the airfield, and I knew that that's what had to be done. I think Nick was a little more defensive, and nothing wrong with that, but it was kill points, 1 point for each enemy unit killed. Then we changed, or Josh changed how that works, where typically double envelopment, you get 3 points for taking a unit off the table edge, and then 1 point or 2 points for being in the deployment zone, I believe, 1 or 2. But Josh switched that around, and I like how he changed it. I'm going to start playing this from now on. So it's 1 point for an enemy kill. I think 1 or 2 points for going off the table edge, but you got 3 points for keeping your unit in their deployment zone. So that was huge, because it's like, sometimes depending on how the table sets up, you can do a bum rush and just rush all your enemy or all your units off the table edge, opposite table edge, and you win. This forces you to stay in the fight, and it was fun. I really enjoyed it. But I just pushed my way across the table. I took some losses. I took some hits. Kill dice. I think I edged Nick out by one, and then yeah, it was one or two. It was one actually, and then I got my engineer squad into his deployment zone, which was the deciding factor and gave me a minor win. If we would have been able to go to another turn, which we rolled for and we didn't get, I might have been able to get a major. I might have been able to sneak another unit or two in his deployment zone, but it was fun. It was a good game. He was a good opponent. I had all good opponents. Talking to Dan, obviously we carpooled back and forth, and he had all great opponents, and everybody that we talked to, everything was good. So great group of guys. I don't know if I said it before. There was 28 guys in the tournament. It's grown. I think last year was 24, and I think they said the year before that was 10. So that was awesome. But everybody was great. It seems like that's the common theme, regardless, with bold action players, regardless of where folks are at around the world. Talking to Josh, he did mention that I think we had a guy from Tennessee there. There was several guys from Minnesota. Most of them were there last year. Chicago, obviously. Nebraska, Iowa, of course. I don't remember if there was anywhere else, but Josh was saying, I think the guy was from Arkansas. He was thinking about joining the tournament. He was there. He stopped by to see. He was impressed with the tables and everything. So he's gonna join next year, and I think he had 7 or 8 other guys. Josh said that he wants to bring with. So Josh is hoping for or predicting at least 40 possibly next year, which that would be sweet. So did have some 40K guys come over, and because there was 40K, Age of Sigmar, Infinity, Kings of War, and a couple other smaller games, I don't know what they were, came over, and they were just kind of checking things out. A couple of the guys were like, we're really jealous of Bold Action because you guys have awesome tables. So kudos to those guys. And Josh, he put on a contest of table contest, so you could build your table and try to win a prize. And like I said before, Blake won that, well deserved. But there was definitely a lot of good tables there. Good opponents, great armies. I'll post some photos at the end of this video. I did do a display board, so I'll show you my army on that display board. It was really cheap and easy and quick. So, but anyway, it was fun. 5 games in 2 days can be a little mental draining at sometimes, but total blast, and I look forward to next year, and I know talking to Dan, he's looking forward to next year as well. So kudos to Josh and everybody involved in putting that on. It's for the debate team for Millard West School. The tournament, overall tournament, grand tournament, has expanded. The guy that's the overall tournament organizer for all games, they were in one gym the first year, and then they were in 2 big basketball gyms this year. Of course, there was still some room, but it's obviously grown and doubled in size, it seems like, since the first year, which is good because all the money they raise goes to the debate team. And kudos to those kids too at Millard West debate team, and because they were serving us food and walking around asking if we need drinks or snacks or whatever during the tournament, and they were very professional, very polite kids, so kudos to them as well. Last couple things here actually. Last thing, as a result of Bold Action Tournament, Steve Bully and I were talking. He has a couple of campaign systems that he's kind of tweaked and made up rules for, and he's really interested in doing a campaign system. Him and I are going to talk about that a little bit. Lincoln is about an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes away, but he wants to get possibly me and this channel, so me and Dan and another YouTube channel involved, and maybe do some campaign battle reports and see. We'll talk more about it. So Steve, if you watch this video, send me a message if you've lost my email address. And we'll definitely talk about it. We'll see how that's going to work logistics wise. So I'm definitely interested in. It sounds like fun, and if we can get another YouTube channel involved and maybe have some friendly competition or however we want to work that I'm all up for that. That sounds like a blast. So anyway, that's enough of BugEater. Had fun. It was a blast. Even though my Saturday morning started out with total chaos, and then shit on the way home. Dan's driving. We split days driving. Dan's driving, and we're coming home on the interstate, and there's a van in front of us in the left lane. We're in the right lane, and all of a sudden, a freaking red car appears out of nowhere. It just turns. It looks like NASCAR when somebody gets turned into the wall. Shot clear across 2 lanes of interstate and in the ditch, and came back up. And it's like, holy shit. Nobody got hurt. I'm sure they had to go clean their shorts out at the gas station, and the van that was behind them, I'm sure, had to too, because they damn near got hit. Probably 6 inches, a foot at the most, between having a pretty bad wreck. But so somebody was looking over those folks, I would say. So that's it, BugEater. I do have a video I'm going to shoot for you, maybe this week or next. I got some stuff in from Frontline Games, so I won't go into too much about what it is. Dan knows what it is because I told him about it, but the rest of you guys, I'll just kind of do a little product review and let you know what I got and what I think of it. So this video is long enough. You're probably tired of my ass right now, so I need to make some food, get ready for work, and start my day. So I hope you're all doing well and taking care of each other and having fun with the hobby. And yeah, we'll chat with y'all later. Take care, guys. Here's some photos. So hope you enjoy.